Welcome to the world of Metrixplus, your top destination for test and measurement equipment. We have an entire range covering electrical, NDT, environmental and surveying equipment catering to a wide range of industries. Let's look at Metrixplus Hardmaster-P digital hardness tester to measure the hardness of various metallic materials. This instrument shows the hardness values in common parameters like HRA, HRB, HRC and HLD. So let's look at what comes inside the box. This is the probe, manual, this is the main meter, the batteries and the hardness calibration block. Make sure you have all these inside the box once you get it. Let's understand how this instrument works to measure the hardness. This is the probe. This houses the indenter inside. This indenter is of various materials. For common, D-type indenter is used. For thinner materials, C-type and so on and so forth. So right now we are using the D-type indenter and that is why the common measuring parameter will be HLD. How this works is the indenter first hits the material and then the rebound velocity is calculated to get the hardness value in common parameters. So first you have to load the indenter, we press it and this is the loading of it. It loads into a spring and then this is the button, the trigger button to make it hit. So I just press this button and you can see the indenter will hit like that. So that is how this works. It hits the surface, it calculates the rebound velocity and then the hardness is calculated. Let's see how to operate this meter to measure the hardness. First, we'll connect the probe. So this is where the connection should be made. Once it's connected, make sure that it is tight and it is not loose. After that, we switch on using this button. So we switch it on. This is the backlight button to see more clearly. So this is the parameter which is measured, the measuring unit. This is the direction in which we are measuring. This is the material and then how many times we are measuring. So this is the default screen. Let's just first see how to measure. We have given a standard block for calibration as well as usage. All the values of this block are written. This is made of stainless steel and the values are written to verify the meter's proper working. So first we'll measure on this. We'll keep it on the surface. We load it and then we press the trigger button. And you can see the value 779 HL is shown. This block is of 778 HLD. So this is how we verify the working. Now we can change the measuring unit using this button. So if I press this, you can see now HV, HB, HRC, HS and HRB. This is out of range. So that is why this arrow is shown that the value is out of range for HRB scale. And again HL. So these are all the different measuring units and how to operate this instrument. With this, we have also given a supporting ring and a cleaning brush. The cleaning brush is for cleaning the indenter and a supporting ring is for the indenter to get supported on while measuring. Now let's look at the different functions of this instrument. First thing, you have to select the material for it to give the accurate values. There are different inbuilt materials, steel, cold work, stainless and different types. Lots of materials are inbuilt on this and you can select it as per your application. Even if your material is not there, select the nearest one as per the material density. So we'll come back to steel because this is made of steel. We saw that the hardness scale can be changed by this button. This is the direction button. So if we are measuring like this, it's a downward direction and that is what is shown here. Now if there are materials where you have to measure in an angular way, then you just have to press this direction button and you can see the direction changes. Please make sure that you select the right direction, else the value will be inaccurate. Let's look at the menu function and various other user options. So this is the menu button. First thing is, this instrument can also show you the average value. Like you have a surface and you measure on 3 different points to get the average. That is how usually hardness is measured, because different points might have different hardness, but the average value is the hardness of the entire material. This test set is where you can change the average value times. You press enter, you go to average, and you can see right now, if you measure 3 times, then it will calculate the average of those 3 values. You can change it as per your application, but usually 3 or 5 is a good number. If it is a very rough surface, 5 is okay, else 3 is also fine. So once you select that, you press enter. Apart from that, you can also change the impact direction, material and scales from this option. To go back, just press the menu button. This is the memory manager. Basically, all the values that you measure can also be stored and you can see them from this function. So right now, we haven't stored anything, so no memory is shown. This is where you can change the auto save and auto delete functions. So these are all according to the data storage functions. So that is the main menu functions that we saw, and you can change. Now let's look at how to calibrate this instrument if it is not giving proper values. So to go into calibration mode, press the enter and the on button simultaneously. Keep it pressed for 3 seconds and you will see the calibration mode written here. So once in this, you have to measure it 5 times. Try to measure it at different points. Now, you can see the average value calculated is 775. This is in HLD because by default the unit is HLD. The nominal should be what is on the block. So the nominal is 778 as it is written on the block here. Once you do that, just press enter button and the instrument is calibrated now. Calibrated from time to time if you see that the values are inaccurate. Also, you can calibrate it on your material. Like for example, you have your own sample with a known HLD value, so you can calibrate it on that to get accurate values on the same material. Because this is steel, this calibration might not exactly work on, let's say, aluminium or brass or other alloys. So for that, it's recommended that you calibrate on the material of your sample. So now we saw how to operate this instrument and calibrate it to get accurate hardness values on your material. So we saw how to use Metrixplus Hardmaster-P to measure hardness on metals. Similarly, we have hardness tester for rubber also, Shore A, Shore D, and also we have a smaller pen type hardness tester if this is too bulky. Please do check out our range. We at Metrixplus are not only about products. We are your trusted advisors to make sure that you get the right instrument as per your specific application. We have our authorized channel partners spread out across India. So make sure that you ask for the authorized channel partner certification before purchasing. Additionally, we also have online selling channels. Our commitment goes beyond sales as we provide a comprehensive after-sales service. For any assistance or help, please contact us through the link given in the description. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.